bed. Today's results are all laid bare. Leg before or caught behind. Jokes will fly and sail unkind. Stories spun with foolish pride. So open that beer and enjoy the ride.
Whew, right. If you guys could see how much went into getting this right. Finding a spot. I'm still a bit dark on that side. I'll buy some sort of, one of those ring things, gives you a bit of light. I'll try that at some point. Learning, always learning we are. Today we're at the very last round and the last match report for the year last match report for the summer season. So 2025-26 summer season. Obviously next comes up the winter LMS, where I will play for Castle Hill LMS on a Saturday and Southern Spirit LMS on a Sunday. So there's a bit of LMS season coming up. In the midst of that, we've got an over 50s Castle Hill Cricket Club tour to the UK. So there's a whole bunch of exciting stuff happening over the winter. But for now, we've just finished the summer season. So I'll give you the last match report for the year. Just need a... That's because my exasperation of trying to get this camera set up and find the right light and stuff, and then realize I need to look at another phone and blah, 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 blah. Stuff you guys don't care about. Again, I'll push that back in so it stays sturdy. Most good people would edit that bit out. I probably won't because it's late, and by the time I finish recording this and editing, blah, blah, blah. So, last game of classics, over 50s. This is the Div 1 side for Castle Hill. We actually have a Div 2 side as well. I don't report on them. I report on Div 1 because that's who I play for. Sorry, there's a bit of a breeze. You can probably see the camera just started wobbling. A bit of a breezy breeze coming through. So apologies. Maybe I should learn to on a stabilising way. I feel like that's going to pop out. It's not. Okay. So last game we played against Sri Lanka Lions at Raby. For those of you who don't know Raby, it's down sort of Campbelltown, Minto, that sort of area. Fair trip for myself from Edelong, hour and 45. It's an interesting start to the day, really. There's a bit of rain overnight. One of our guys had gone and had a look at the wicket yesterday, and it wasn't covered. So we weren't really sure what to expect today. Heard some conflicting stories around council hide the ground, yet the cricket club owns the covers and wouldn't let us have the covers. Then to the guys being told they need to put the covers on, but not being told until late. So I don't know. I mean, it's not our home ground, so it was what it was. The ground. There's a whole bunch of turf wickets at the Raby complex. It's actually quite a good looking complex. We were down on like the last field, which is two turf wickets side by side, but with Sinto wickets between them. So worst comes to worst, we don't play on the turf, we play on Sinto. Last game of the year, you just want to play, despite the hour and 40 trip each way. Got down there, had a look. I was the first to get there with, and one of the guys, Greg Bottrell, joined me. Had a look. I don't know. I mean, I'm no turf aficionado. I'm certainly not a wicket aficionado. I've played on. It depends on the umpires. Played on wetter. Got through a game. Last game of the season out. Like there's no more cricket going, so probably didn't matter if we chunked the wicket up too much. But yeah, they're not being covered. One end of it was a bit wetter than the other. The umpire kind of turned up and said, "Well, maybe we'll play from one end. Maybe we'll do this. We'll do whatever we can to play on turf and not playing the Sinto." Skippers arrived and went and had a chat and came back and said, "Look, we'll bowl 3 overs. If it's dangerous for the bowlers, then we'll go move to Sinto. If it's not, we'll keep playing." Long story short, we got through a full game. Didn't play too many demons. I mean, there's a few sort of ones that popped up and whatever. There's a bit of swing for the guys, but it had nothing to do with the deck. Umpire was quite pragmatic, basically. He said, look, I'm here for player safety. He said, if the bowls are slipping and it's causing unsafety concerns for the bowlers, then that's my priority. He said, if the ball's popping and doing weird stuff and it's hard to play, then the batsman need to learn how to play it. It's the same for both sides. So it was quite a fair comment, I thought. But again, I don't know. It was a low-scoring game and it was hard to score off, and maybe the batsman want to comment. I don't know that there's a few that popped, but it certainly wasn't unsafe, wasn't unruly, wasn't overly out of control. It was just a good wicket that was hard to score on. You need to get in. But some of the batsmen showed that you could score. Some showed that you get good balls. Both sides bowled reasonably well. The spinners were getting turned. For Jamesy, unfortunately it wasn't recorded, but he was like on video. But Jamesy was turning him from off to leg and getting called for leg side wides, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but was getting some turn, and from what I understand from the batsmen, those guys were getting some turn as well, which is good. We started obviously with, as our usual starters, with Tiny and JR, and the guys set the tone incredibly well. Scoring was difficult. Tiny ended up with 2 for 26 from 8, and JR 1 for 16 from 7. So between them 3 for 40 odd, which is pretty good going. I mean, probably the pick of their batsmen was their two openers, 26 and 20. And they batted for a while before he cracked them. In 9 overs, 10th over, 1 for 31. I think JR took that first wicket. Let's see. Batsman out, mirroring. Yeah, so JR took the first wicket. I caught Jamesy at slip. I think JR had, well, both bowls bowled it without luck early. I know JR had one popped a sort of short mid wicket, I guess, to Brett, and sort of died on him and dropped. Got hands to it and just sort of didn't quite hold it. Both Tiny and Jard had ones going in the air and sort of just landing the sight away from the fielder, but not quite getting there. So it sort of did really very, very well. Yeah, JR cracked him, and then Jamesy came on. I think Jamesy must have taken the second wicket, did he, when he replaced JR? So 2 for 32 and 11. So that was Bisson, whatever. Yeah, the number 3, Disson Aika. Oh, no, it was Tiny. So Tiny took that second wicket, called Glynn mid-off. Rugby style catch, running along, took it like a ball of the burst. So that was a great catch. Look, I'm not going to try and go through the whole thing because we'll be here all night. You guys know that. Everybody bowled well. So obviously we had Tiny and Jay up front, backed up by Mervyn. James, the skipper's pick of the bowlers, 4 for 6 from his 5 overs. Reckon you probably could have kept yourself on a little bit more. Sort of could have sacrificed myself there, mate. I bowled 6 overs. You could have kept yourself going and pushed for that fifer. But anyway, 2 for 26 from 8 for Tiny, cracking bowling. 1 for 16 from JR. Merv came on, took the wicket of the day with his first ball. Short, wide outside off, slapped straight to Glen at point. Beautiful start. Took another one, 4th over, so 2 for 8, 9. I'm kind of going through the pick of the bowlers, and they're all pretty much 1 for 25. 2 for 26, 1 for 16, 2 for 19, 4 for 6 the skipper. Myself 1 for 21 from 6. I didn't bowl badly, bowled better than I bowled in the last few weeks. So grabbed the last wicket stumping. I think that gave, and Glenn bowled brilliantly. Skipper switched us around at one point because Glenn was bowled a bit fuller than me, and the end suited better. So none for 12, so 3 and over. Unlucky not to have a wicket, but from memory, I think there was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 catches to Mick at keeper and 1 stumping. So 5 catches and stumping in the game is unheralded. That's not Mick's done that. I think Mick said to me that's his third time this year with 5 catches. So that's good going. 2 catches to Glyn, catch to Merv, catch to Jamesy at slip, and that was it. We rolled them for 102 in 35 overs, or 102, 35 overs. So everyone bowled well and did good. Then we batted and decided to make it less easier than it should have been chasing 102. So, in the chase, Brett and Mick opened. Brett faced. Everybody looked good today. We got a few starts, but didn't quite go on with it. I'm not going to comment on what happened. I was sitting well away on the sideline, so I can't comment on what the ball was doing and whatever. But it seemed that they bowled quite well. Used the pitch and made us make hard work of it. And as I say, we bowled them out for 102, and they say you can't judge a deck until both sides are batted, and it's kind of proved that it was a difficult deck to bat on. I didn't feel like it did a huge amount other than get good turn. But who am I to judge? Oh, sorry, I'll choke myself while I say that. Brett got caught. I can't remember exactly how that went. Was it caught behind? No, I think it was it just must have sat up in the wicket. I think Brett's just popped it to sort of mid off for 5. But again, Brett had looked well. Did he hit a 4? No, there's a bunch of 1s, but yes, 5. Skipper got. Not Skipper. Mick keeper got 9. Another start. 1 4 in there, but took a little bit. And then we sort of consolidated. So what was that? 1 for 11, 2 for 15 after 5. So obviously in the game, we consolidated them from the 5th over till the 14th over, so another 9 overs before we went. 14th before we went for 3 for 42. So consolidated for a bit between Glyn and the skipper Jamesy before Jamesy was bowled for 11, and then Glyn not long after that went for 11 as well. So 5, 9, 11, 11, sort of getting the starts going. Greg batting at 5 was bowled for 4. There's quite a few bowls going on here. So who's that? JR. JR was looking to move things along, but was also bowled for 14. Carl. LBW for 1. So you can see there's a lot of bowls and LBWs there. And a bit of a back end thingy. So by that point, who was the last one to go there? James Bottrell rose twice. Oh no, Jottrell Spears rose. So 7 for 71, is that right? Yeah, 7 for 71 at 29. So we still needed 30 odd runs, 32 runs. My maths must be a bit dodgy there. Fine. Enter Maruga anyway. Maruga put on 30 before he went in the bank with Tiny. He put on 11. So a great partnership between those guys before Tiny was bowled. Got down to look. I think I'm probably not dramatising this enough. I don't feel like we were getting a bit concerned. So let's go back and see where we are. 6 for 46. So that was chasing 103. So what's that? 4, 5, 6, 7. 57. So we're 6 down in 22nd over. Still needing 57 runs. 7 for 71. So there was a good partnership there from 6 for 46 to 7 for 71. So who was that? 6 for 46 when Carl got out, and then JR and Maruga to 7 for 71. So that was a partnership of, what's that, 25, because JR was out for 14. Yeah, so great partnership of 25 there. So it's brought us from needing, what did I say? 6 of 46, so still needing 50 odd. Knocking 25 off is huge. And then we 7 for 71, and then that was the next partnership. It was until 8 for 97, so another 27 run partnership with Tiny and Maruga. So that tail end wagging with Maruga was brilliant. 14 for JR, 11 for Tiny, Maruga 30. And sitting there as number 11, there's nothing you like more than there's 2 runs to go, and they go, Maruga, you're in the bank. Snap, you got a bat. Fuck's sake. Seriously? Like, just let Maruga bat it out, for God's sake. Anyway, I had to trudge out. First one went down leg side. Second one I blocked. Third one I went, fuck this, I'm hitting it. And luckily I scooped it between that guy on that side and that guy. It's like cover and mid off. Yeah, landed between them. Got myself a single, got myself off the mark. And then Merv, who is I think still better than number 10, smashed it over mid on. They took my head off, just got it over mid on's head, and ran for 4. So we win the game. Yay! And another successful partnership between me and Merv. Maybe like 2 or 3 this year. So ran it down 8 for 106 in the 38. So we left it 2 overs to go. Man of the match there's Maruga with his 30 not out. Although Skipper's not far behind him with 4 wickets. If you'd pulled me up and left me out 3 overs and kept bowling yourself out, mate, I wouldn't have begrudged you. And if you got your 5 for, so, but well done, everybody. Well played. That's it. I'm going to try and whack this up. Coming up this week, I might try and do a wrap of classics and masters for the year. Just have a look at all the teams. I saw MacArthur won the classics, but they was rain abandoned against us. So I don't know. You don't beat every team, you don't win, as far as I'm concerned. It's a draw. We all get the trophy. No, just mucking around. So I might do some matchup wrap ups of that. I've got to do some annual reports. I want to do annual reports for B grade and blah blah. Have a look at Elsters going around. First grade for Nick's apologies. First grade for Nick's club, Southern Spirit, up here on the coast. They knocked off the entrance today, so that was good luck to them. Nick went down and celebrated with them for a little while before. So congratulations to those boys. But maybe I'll do around the, just a general wrap up of some stuff that I've seen lately. That'll do for tonight. I'll go and try and get this thing uploaded tonight if I can. We'll see how we go. Anyway, bye.
So there you go, that's how they